Welcome to my channel. I want us to talk about the Tinubus Muslim ticket, which is the major topical issue in the country right now, and which I believe strongly will work in favor of Mr. Peter Obi, and I will tell you why. But first of all, let us examine the Muslim ticket and why Tinubu went for it. You know, I was among the first Nigerians who first who said it that Tinubu is going to have a Muslim ticket. If you check some of my older videos, you see where I made it categorically clear that Tinubu's Muslim gambit will eventually ruin even more his chances of becoming president in 2023. And uh, and I have explained why Tinubu went for the Muslim ticket. Initially, this Muslim ticket was the idea of the northern governors, who are mostly Muslims, who wanted to ride on his back to become president. And one of their thinking is that because of Tinubu's health challenges, for those who don't know, there are strong indications and reports that Tinubu is suffering from a degenerating disease. I will put a link about the reports where that matter was discussed in an opinion piece written in Sahara Reporters. I'll put the link below this video so that people can go and read it. Now, in that report, the person alleged that Tinubu is suffering from Parkinson's disease, and that this Parkinson's disease is a degenerative disease that has no cure. That it can, no matter what you do, you just have to succumb to the disease. Keep on wearing the person down. It was the same disease that legendary boxer Muhammad Ali suffered. So I put the link to that particular story in Sahara Reporters. Now, these Muslim governors, apparently, many of them are aware of this. So they are not ready to give chance for a northern Christian to become president of Nigeria through the accident of sudden death or incapacitation of the president. So they were the people that built the wall round about Tinubu, making sure that no northern Christian is given opportunity to become vice president. Because anybody who becomes vice president, in their thinking, is virtually on his way to becoming president if anything happens to Tinubu because of the degenerating sickness, allegedly, that he's said to be suffering from. So that is why they didn't want to give gap at all to any northern Christian. And they made Tinubu to understand that only a northern Muslim vice president can guarantee victory for him in the north. So they believe that they sold the idea to Tinubu that, look, no matter what you do, you can't win northern Nigerian votes unless you pick a Muslim as your candidate. That was why you can see the massive support northern Muslim governors gave him. You can see the way they worked against Professor Yemi Osibanjo, the vice president, because they know that that one is more healthier, that one is more stronger, that one is likely to see out his 8 years if he happens to be president of Nigeria. So they don't want him to be the candidate. And they worked in unison despite everything else to fulfill the righteousness of a certain candidate getting the ticket of the party. And Tinubu got it. So, but they have it, that's their sinister motive, basically, why they were rooting for Tinubu. Aside the fact also that Tinubu is a Muslim, and they wanted to make it a tradition that if power is to go to the south, it has to go to a Muslim. So that one is also there. And also, they don't trust that Tinubu, being a Muslim, can protect their Muslim interest. So they needed to have a northern Muslim who will protect the interests of the northern Muslims. Because in their own thinking, Tinubu is not Muslim enough to be trusted to protect the interests of Muslims in Nigeria. So they needed a backup for him. But the thing they were sold to Tinubu, that only a northern Muslim can guarantee victory for him. Is it really true? If it is subjected to thorough examination. Why I'm saying this is because if you are a student of political history in Nigeria and who have studied the political trajectory of General Muhammad Buhari before he became President Muhammad Buhari, you will know that this northern Muslim vote they are talking about is actually not true, that you need to have it before you become president. And I can prove it to you. In 2003, President Muhammad Buhari contested his first presidential election. He was supported massively by the northern Muslims in northeast and northwest. But it was not enough for him to become president. So the story that if you get northern Muslim vote, it's like a banker, you're going to win. It is not true. Buhari tried it in 2003. He won most of the northern conservative vote, Islamic votes actually, both in the northeast and northwest. But it wasn't sufficient enough for him to be president. Obasanjo defeated him. In 2007, when Buhari contested again, these same northern Muslims, northeast and northwest, including Kano, voted for uh, voted for Buhari, but Buhari couldn't become president. The same thing repeated itself in 2011. If you look at the result of 2011, which Jonathan won, you find out that Jonathan did not win in the northeast and northwest. Those areas were won by Buhari. If you remember, there were killings in Bauchi of NYSC members. Even at that time, Jonathan was complaining. He said, why did they have to kill these young men and women who served in Bauchi? Because Jonathan did not win. So on what ground are they angry that they killed? Of course, they were angry because despite Buhari winning in Bauchi and many parts of the conservative north, which is Islamic north, he couldn't become president because there were overwhelming unity of votes that Jonathan enjoyed at that time. there was unity in north southern Nigeria. All this, all the 16, southern Nigeria has 17 states. Tinubu, Jonathan won 16 of them. The only state he didn't win was Osun State. And at that time, Shola was the governor. So I didn't know the magic that Shola did, that Jonathan couldn't win in Osun State. But the whole of the north, southern Nigeria was united. Jonathan won Lagos, won Port Harcourt, won everywhere. So he won 16. And I used to say it, and I've said it at several occasions, that the North claim to indispensability in producing president is because the South is not united. If a southern if southern Nigerians are united, you can become president of Nigeria without the vote from Islamic North, this Northeast and Northwest, that they are now telling Tinubu that unless he picks a Muslim, he will not get their vote and he cannot be president. So that's the reality. Jonathan won in 2011 easily because the whole of southern Nigeria was behind him. So Jonathan needed vote of the middle belt, and that was all he needed to now get up to 22 states and more. And he became president. He didn't win in Kano, he didn't win in Sokoto, he didn't win in most of these places. He didn't win in Borno, Yobe, and stuff. And he became president. So there's a trajectory for a southerner to become president. But why it's difficult for Tinubu anyway is that Tinubu presented himself for president when he shouldn't have. Because for fairness, justice, and equity, the only people that are supposed to stand for election from southern Nigeria ought to be from southeast. But Tinubu threw himself into it. Of course, he got it. He has the money. And also the northerners look at him, his health challenges, see the advantage in putting him up there in case he wins. But Tinubu is not going to win. He will lose massively. And you said told you here. So that's the reality about the so-called invisibility of Muslim vote that will make Tinubu to win. Then another thing is this: Tinubu also has disdain for Christians. Many people are not aware of this, but let me give you a typical example why Tinubu has disdain for Christian, and and he could easily buy to the idea of Muslim ticket when it was presented by northern governors of Muslim extraction. In 2015, when they formed the APC alliance, uh, Muhammad Buhari emerged as the presidential candidate of APC. Ordinarily, you would think that Tinubu will know it in his mind that the vice presidential candidate of Buhari has to be a Christian from the south. But Tinubu presented himself to be a beneficiary. He said that he wanted to be the vice president to Buhari. And at that time, Buhari was having perception problem because already Buhari is carrying a baggage of an Islamic fundamentalist. So it will worsen his situation coming from an opposition to defeat an incumbent president to carry a baggage of Muslim ticket. Buhari told him that he can't fly. But he wasn't translated. He was translated. He was insisting that he wanted to be the vice presidential candidate. That was what put him at loggerheads with people like Senator Bukola Saraki, people like Femi Fani Kayode and others who told him, look, Muslim tickets could not fly. And since that time, Tinubu had not been in talking terms with these individuals. They became mortal enemies. To the extent all of us know about the Rofo fights that ensued between the former Kwara State Governor, Senator Bokola Saraki, and Tinubu, and the challenges uh, Saraki faced in becoming Senate President and all that. So if Tinubu was sensitive to Christian community, he would not have presented himself to be vice president of Buhari, because Tinubu see Christians as what Aisha Yusuf now call see finish in her reaction of Muslim ticket by APC, say that this is see finish. So Tinubu has seen finish Christians, that they will virtually do nothing. Many of them who can buy the pastors, buy every all of them off. At the end of the day, he will get what he wants. So he was ready to push, but the owner of the mandate at the time, Buhari, knew the consequences of a Muslim ticket. So he did accept it. Then as a compromise candidate, Yemi Osibanjo was brought, who is a Southern Christian. Now, how is this Muslim gambit of Tinubu going to help Peter Obi harvest votes? Already before now, I have said it that Peter Obi will win middle belt of Nigeria. Middle belt of Nigeria and the bulk of the middle belt region of Nigeria are the most upset about this Muslim ticket right now, and rightly so. I did say earlier on that in another video that Peter Obi of the Labour Party will win middle belt, even if Tinubu had not taken Muslim ticket. But at that time, I also knew in advance that that's what he's going to do. And before I go into that, please, if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell, like this video, share it widely. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, I did say that Peter Obi will win middle belt and much of Christian North, even before this fallout. Why did I say that? Because the middle belt of Nigeria and the much of the Christian community have suffered a lot from banditry, from Fulani herdsmen, destruction of their communities since Buhari became president. And federal government have virtually done nothing to arrest the situation. Many of you have heard the governor of Benue State, Mr. Otto, cry out that Fulani herdsmen have taken over 8 local governments in their state that are no-go area right now as I speak. This has created over 1.5 to 2 million internally displaced persons. There is no reasonable person in Benue State that will vote for Atiku Abubakar or Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because these people have never cared about what is happening to them. And in the case of Atiku Abubakar, he had been among those who opposed the anti-open grazing law of Benue State, just like Buhari. So he was not sympathetic to the people of Benue, Nasarawa, Plateau, and all these places that have suffered massively as a result of herdsmen killings. In the case of Plateau State, the herdsmen have even taken their lands and renamed them Hausa names as they thought fit. I've done a video before where I put the link to the story by a Vanguard newspaper that carried in detailed forms how herdsmen took over communities in Plateau State and renamed them. And federal government is doing nothing about it. Those communities have been chased out. They cannot do farming activity. They cannot go back to their villages. Many of them are roaming about. This is at the root of the high cost of foodstuff you are seeing in the country right now. So from Taraba to Adamawa to Kogi to Nasarawa to Plateau to Benue to Gombe and many other all these places that you have sizable number of Christianity in northern Nigeria. They have been decimated by herdsmen who have taken over their communities, taken over their lands. So they are looking up to a new government, a new president that will listen to them. From the body language of Tinubu, Tinubu will not listen to them. And they know it even before now. But there are some politicians in this area who are in APC who still think they can get something from Tinubu. But Tinubu has shown them his true color by insisting on Muslim ticket and by telling them that the reason he did this was for competence. In other words, he was saying that there is nobody in northern Nigeria who is a Christian that has the competence to be vice president of Nigeria. So what you are going to see, despite my earlier permutation that Peter Obi will win middle belt of Nigeria and win it massively, now there will be escalation of protest votes against Tinubu and the APC in the presidential election. You will say you had it here because, like Yusuf said, Muslim ticket is an indication of see finish. Tinubu don't see Christians finish, especially in the north, and they are going to do a powerful pushback. I have already been getting feelers from some of my friends who are from these areas, and I can tell you for free that the votes that Mr. Peter Obi will harvest will be unparalleled in the history of a first timer in contesting for the president of Nigeria. And he's going to win massive in Middle Belt, Nigeria. And people don't seem to appreciate the fact that there is sizable number of Christians in northern Nigeria that are so significant that they will impact the outcome of this election beyond the widest imagination of some people. There are some states I will mention to you now, they have Muslim governors, but they are predominantly Christian. Gombe are predominantly Christian. Nasarawa, they are predominantly Christian. Adamawa, they are predominantly Christian. You can see what is happening now. Even in Borno, the southern Borno people are predominantly Christian. That is why you can see that southern Borno people align themselves as members of the Middle Belt Forum, because that is where they felt their interests will be protected. And the Middle Belt Forum have said it, that the presidency of Nigeria ought to have gone to Southeast. And the Middle Belt Forum is against power being in the north. So they are even against Atiku getting the vote. And they're also not happy that Tinubu presented himself. So the Middle Belt leaders are going to mobilize for Mr. Peter Obi. And I'm sure they are already doing that. Why did I say so? Because you can see their reaction to what Tinubu did. There is a barrister, Bulwala. He is a very intelligent man. He's a lawyer to APC. He has done everything for Tinubu, up close and everything, defended the party effectively. He has resigned from APC. He's from Borno State, from Southern Borno. He said he cannot, in good conscience, stay in APC and campaign for Tinubu. I can tell you for free that that man is going to vote for Peter Obi. He's going to. He may not. He don't have to campaign about it, but he will vote for Peter Obi. You know this. The senator representing Adamawa North. Adamawa North is predominantly Christian. If you look at most of the senators that have been representing that zone, they have all been Christians. This man had been working to make promote Tinubu. He supported Tinubu against Osibanjo, hoping that Tinubu would do the right thing by putting up a Northern Christian as his presidential running mate. But Tinubu jettisoned all that. Despite several meetings he said he held with Tinubu, telling him that he shouldn't do that. Said Tinubu, in fact, if you go to Gazette newspaper, they said that Tinubu was irresponsible for throwing away their report where they told him he shouldn't go Muslim ticket. He has withdrawn himself from the Tinubu support group, but he said he will remain in APC, but he cannot support Tinubu in good conscience, and that he is also a member of Christian Association of Nigeria. There's no way Khan will say that APC should not go Muslim ticket. Then, as a member of Khan, he will be promoting Tinubu. He has withdrawn. So you are going to see massive vote for Mr. Peter in middle belt of Nigeria. Let me tell you, if you look at most of the states that constitute the middle belt forum, they have sizable number of Christians that can impact the outcome of this election. And that will be in favor of Mr. Peter and not in favor of Tinubu or Atiku Abubakar. And I have said it before. I'm saying it again in this video. By the time the presidential election is held in February 2023, Mr. Peter will win more votes, will win more states than any other presidential candidate in the race right now. I have done the mathematics, I have done the permutation, and I can tell you for free that is what will happen. When I told people initially that Tinubu is going to go Muslim ticket, they say, ah, you are crazy. How can you say something like that? Tinubu, are you not, is he not sensitive to religious diversity of Nigeria? But it has happened, just as I said it. And as I'm saying it now, Mr. Peter Obi will win massively in Middle Belt. And with the massive vote that Mr. Peter Obi is going to harvest in South, Southeast, and Southwest, add to the Middle Belt, Mr. Peter Obi will win more states than any other presidential candidate in this election, 2022. So I have said it before, even now, even without Muslim ticket of Tinubu, Mr. Peter Obi would still have won middle belt of Nigeria because they have suffered. Their communities have been destroyed under the Buhari administration. And federal government have left them helpless, without helper. They are like orphans, suffering in silence. And they know that there is no one that can help them except an administration like that of Mr. Peter Obi, who will listen to them, who will do something about their situation. Look at it right now. We are in the rainy season. Ordinarily, many of these people supposed to be in their farms. They cannot be in their farms. Their communities have been taken over by bandits, by herdsmen, who have made it a duty to kill any of them that try to come back. So that is how terrible things are with them. And you can't expect them in good conscience to vote for Tinubu, who has made it clear that they don't have the kind of competence, they don't have the kind of knowledge to be his vice president, or to vote for Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar that condemned the killing of Deborah, the student at Sokoto State College of Education. And it was his Twitter handle condemned the killing of this young lady for alleged blasphemy. Atiku rushed to condemn the condemnation. So, which means Atiku condones it. He doesn't condemn it, he condones it. You don't expect people, Northern Christians, not to be sensitive to all this development. At the end of the day, they want to vote for a president who will protect them, who will be a commander in chief that will listen to them, that will stop the herdsmen from killing them, that will bring their matter up, both locally and internationally, to be able to deal with this issue of Fulani herdsmen killing them, taking over their communities, stopping them from doing their farming activities. And these communities are basically agrarian communities. They are the food basket of Nigeria. Today, if you go to the market, everything is so expensive. At the root of this high cost of foodstuff in Nigeria is because of the uncertainty of life and property in Middlebelt, Nigeria. And I can tell you for free, Middlebelt, Nigeria will speak, and they will speak unequivocally in 2023. And Mr. Peter Obi will be delivered by them and other Nigerians to become the next president of Nigeria. You can take it to the bank that you heard it here first. That's where I'm going to stop right now. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.